Guys, we've finally made it. It's the end of 2023 and what a fantastic year it has been in the golf industry. We've seen some great golf on the TV. We've had some fantastic disruption going on in the industry, but more importantly, there has been some incredible product launched this year. Now, we'll say this every year, that the reps and the manufacturers come into us every year and they say this iron's better than last year's iron, and that may well be the case. But this year it was really exciting at the front part of the year because so many brands brought out so many good products from driver through to iron. So it's always been difficult to pick which ones are the best. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you my best 3 of 2023. So we're going to start today with the best mid-handicap irons, and we're going to range that from a 9 handicap to a 15 handicapper. Best 3 irons of 2023. Here we go. Remember, if you like our channel, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. It looks class, it flies, it's got ball speed. There is something in here for everyone in that 9 to 15 handicap range. So where do we start? Best mid-handicap iron. What are we looking for in a mid-handicap iron? Well, we're looking for maybe a little bit more ball speed, definitely some forgiveness in there, and definitely the ability to control distance. So where have I started? Well, I've gone with an absolute gem of an iron this year. It's actually turned up in a few of our categories, but we're going to slip it in at number 3, the Ping G430. Now this iron has been sensational this year, not just from a hitting point of view, from a ball speed point of view. It has been surprising. I've talked about this in previous videos, how hard I've always found Ping in terms of creating ball speed. It's such a good product, but they never gave you that wow factor. Well, this thing this year has been sensational. It has been incredibly fast off the face. You've seen it in a couple of the comparison videos. It's quick, it gives you super distance, and it's super forgiving. So coming in at number 3 is the Ping G430. Now, what's coming in at number 2? Now this one is really pushed up into the rankings very quickly. It's only had 4 months out into the market, and it's the Titleist T200. So this was released back in August. It was a re-jazz up of a previous T200, but to be honest with you, it's been incredible. It's been sensational. What an iron. Forged face, super feel, fits in that middle bit for a guy that wants, with that handicap of 9 to 15, that wants a classic looking iron, doesn't want something that looks like a shovel maybe, but gives super feel off of the face, and again, super ball fit speeds. But in number 1 for our mid handicap iron, I've given you the TaylorMade P790. Again, it was a rebrand and a jazz up. They did some work internally with the weighting in the head, in the longer irons. Launched back in September. It's such a good iron. We've noticed it go through our build center just flying off the racks. It's an incredible product. So there's our top 3. Let's hit them in the bay and let's see what the numbers are saying for the very last time of 2023. So look, this isn't about us jumping into the bay and just smashing it and telling you that G430 is better than T200. This is a really subjective opinion. Now, this is coming from what I've seen in our, not only our testing, so through the channel and also in our fitting studio. It's been speaking to our fitters, and I think what's been fantastic this year is that the combinations of irons that we've seen go out, we haven't seen one really be head and shoulders above the other. I think the launches that we saw mid-season from a couple of the brands has really pegged back those guys that launched earlier in the year. But this mid-handicap range is really important. It's an iron that's probably, let's be honest, this kind of handicap range is probably one of the most, or the biggest handicap ranges in golf. So getting this iron section right is really important. And what you've got in the G430 is an iron that just, this year Ping have made it look really clean from that top edge. So it suits someone's eye that needs that bit of forgiveness in this handicap range, needs that little bit forgiving, but they don't want to look down at something that's ugly, that's kind of cumbersome. I think the changing of the way that the ball is framed with the G430 has been very good. But overall, it's been a fantastically performing iron. I know that here in Milton Keynes, John, our lead fitter here, has absolutely loved this iron. It's been one of his most popular irons all year. So let's just hit a couple of shots and see, for the last time of 2023, what we can get out of the Ping G430. And as per usual, we start with a really dodgy strike out the toe, but there we go, as you can see, straight out of the gate. A little bit of clubhead speed, a little bit of carry. Nice one on a cold December morning. That's all there is to it, isn't it? I mean, the beauty of when we do these best ofs is completely subjective. The sales numbers of G430 have been incredible. I don't think Ping themselves could even really understand why it was so good. But it's just been one of those solid, stable irons. And what's brilliant about G430 is that next year it continues. So Ping will bring out a couple of different irons, not to replace this at all, but the Ping G430 going into 2024 is going to be their current iron. Great news for all you mid-handicap golfers, because this one is definitely worth putting to the test. So let's get our number 2 in. Our number 2 might be a little bit controversial, this, because T200 can maybe not be known as the mid-handicap iron. I've seen guys down in the 1-2 scratch golfer category put this in their bag, definitely in the long irons as well. But I think it's one of those irons that, although it is fairly small in the head, for that 9 to 15 handicapper that can find the middle of the face, and maybe they're off 9 to 15 not because of their ball striking, they may be off there because they can't hit their driver or they can't putt. So let's be clear when we do these handicap tests that it's not really about how good you are as an iron striker. It's actually it could be other reasons, other factors as to why your handicap be 9 to 15. But I think if you've got a 9 to 15 handicapper that does strike their irons incredibly well, then the T200 is such a great iron to go with, because with the forged face, the small head, the feel you get off this is incredible. The ability to, you know, look down on an iron that looks like a player's iron is great. You can combo this as well, remember. We haven't, you know, you can be a bit naughty with the Titleist series, because you could get the 5.6 or 4.56 iron in the T350 and make yourself almost a game changer, in the sense that you're making the shorter iron something that you want to play with, and something that in the longer irons is something really easy to hit. So let's hit the T200. But again, they launched it in August this year, Titleist. A brilliant launch. It sold incredibly well. We can't keep this iron in stock enough in our build centre. I think if you spoke to Rob, our club builder, our lead club builder, and he would say that it's been one of his biggest tasks is keeping T200, or most of the Titleist range, but T200 specifically, in stock, because the guys in all 3 stores absolutely love fitting it. The shaft options in there are just perfect. I think that the flexibility of the iron in terms of its ability to combo has been great, and because it can span a wide range of golfer, it works really nicely. There we go, nice and heavy. See, we can always hit one that's really fat, and oh, I wish I could hit the golf ball. Ah. But you can just hear it, right? It's a different sound to the G430. Forged face, just lovely and soft. Fantastic iron. But in number 1, mid-handicapper 2023. I feel like there needs to be a round of applause going in when we say this, Chris, so if we can edit that in, is the P790. Its previous gen club, unbelievable product, was our best selling iron by an absolute country mile last year. and this one has got off on the front foot as well. Launched in September. Everything about it oozes ease to hit for that mid-handicapper. It looks class, it flies, it's got ball speed. It sounds fantastic, even though that's gone absolutely miles right and I've missed the green. But everything about it, everything about this iron just fits this handicap range, okay? So what I would say with all three irons, and I haven't done it on purpose today, is all three of these irons continue into 2024. So, although this might be our best of 2023, if you're looking for replacing your irons for that little Christmas present or getting ready for the new season, then all three of these irons are available for fittings in any retailer in the world. They're going to be there. You've got to put these three up against each other, and I genuinely believe if you walk into a studio, in a custom fit studio, and you're off that handicap range and you ask just to try these three irons, you will find a product that will help your golf game. I think each one of them is slightly different, give you something slightly different, but more importantly, there is something in here for everyone in that 9 to 15 handicap range. You'll see we've got the three clubs in there straight away, all fairly, I mean, let's be honest, I'm not the one to have a look there and say that I've struck all of those particularly well, but they're all very similar. They're all very much of a muchness. They're all three great products, and depending on what you are looking for in that handicap range, I think each one of these will be absolutely spot on. So there you have it. There's our best of mid-handicap iron of 2023. Top three: G430 in third place, T200 in second place, and the TaylorMade P790 is our winner. It's a completely subjective. Shout me down, write it in the comments. You know, if you've picked a different iron and you're in that handicap range, please tell me what you've picked. That would be great to hear from us. But this is what we've seen in our studios. This is after I've spoke to our fitters and just my personal subjective opinion. So three great irons, all continuing into 2024. Put these in the mix if you're in that handicap range. Have a go with them. Tell me what you think. Super irons. But remember, if you like our content, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.